What's the one thing you need as an athlete so you can bounce back from any setback that you might experience? Resilience. Not only do we need that as an athlete, but we need it in life. This is a strength that can benefit you in any area of your life. But let's focus in on your sport. As athletes, we need to be able to respond when we experience a setback because we're going to experience them at some point, whether that's in training, in competition, with our group of friends, with our coach. There are many, many times as an athlete that you will experience a setback, big or small. Another one is injury. And that is a setback that we may have to deal with at some point in our life. And so, what can you do as an athlete to become more resilient to any of those setbacks? Well, I want to give you a technique today that you can use before a competition or a training so that if a setback occurs, you know that you will be able to move forward. So, what I want you to think about is how, when we imagine feeling a certain way, we have a physiological response in our body. So, if we feel excited, maybe our heartbeat increases, maybe we feel like we want to move a little bit. That is your body responding to how you feel. So I want to show you how you can do that on purpose. So trust me on this one. So I want you to go ahead and just close your eyes. And I want you to think back to a time when you have been resilient in the past. I want you to create a picture of that. And if you're thinking, I don't have a time when I was resilient in the past, I want you to imagine a time in the future when you are being resilient and make a picture of that. And I want you to focus on that picture that you see. And the more you focus on it, the more you realize that the colors in that picture become even more vibrant, more vivid, with higher contrast. And you're noticing all the colors just pop and pop out of that picture. And you might notice that as you're noticing all the colors in that picture, that feeling of resilience starts to increase. And now I want you to bring that picture closer to you. And as you bring it closer, the colors get even more vibrant. And you might just notice those feelings of resilience increase even more. And bring it so close to you now that it's filling your whole field of vision. And as you do that, you start to notice all the little details that you hadn't seen before. And maybe the more details you notice, the more that feeling of resilience just builds up inside of you. And now I want to test that a little bit. So I want you to move that picture further away. And then maybe it gets a little dimmer. And you might just notice that that feeling of resilience decreases a little bit. But now what I want you to do that is bring that picture all the way back. And as you do that, you notice that those feelings are getting even stronger, twice as strong as they were before. And you almost have a fire inside you because you know that you can deal with any setback that you may encounter because you have built up a shield of resistance. And then once you have soaked up all those feelings and you know how resilient you are, you can go ahead and close and open your eyes. And there you go. That is a simple little technique that you can use to deal with any setbacks that you may be experiencing. Or you can use it before a training or before a competition so that you are fully prepared in that moment. So if you found this useful, go ahead and like and subscribe this channel. And there's a link in the description of how you can work with me to build up a toolkit of these techniques for you as an athlete.